Hey mini enthusiasts, how you doing? So it's time for another weekly update, part 18. So following on from the video last week where I compared Vinny against PIIIOW, I just wanted to give you a quick update on the results of that poll there. So 66% of you that voted or left comments would have preferred to take Vinny along the Stelvio pass for a couple of hours. So I can't blame you there, actually. That would have been my choice as well. So great choice, Vinny. Lovely driver's car and great fun to drive as well. So good choice. And just before we get too stuck into the video, I just want to say hi to all the new subscribers. So there's been a big influx of them recently, certainly since last week. I think some of that is down to Dave Jaguar 66. So thanks if you've come over from Dave. Really appreciate it. Just a reminder, if this is the first video you're watching, I've got some playlists set up. There's a playlist for Vinny, there's a playlist for PIIIOW, and I think there's one for my ERA Turbo Mini, which I had a few years ago as well. So it's well worth a look. Go back, have a look through those videos. There's some good content there to watch. So looking back at my earlier vlogs, I think I started vlogging around about December time. One of the reasons I actually started doing it is because I have to do a lot of presenting at work. I always find it a little bit nervous and I always get a bit worked up about it. So I thought it'd be good practice for me to come onto YouTube, vlog or present to potentially millions of people, and it might help boost my confidence. And I think it has. I feel so much more comfortable presenting now, and I feel so much more comfortable. I don't feel silly talking into a camera anymore. So it's really helped like that. Just to fill you in on a few little bits that have been going on this week. So I think, like I said in one of the previous videos, as soon as I get PIIIOW taxed and back on the road, I'll be too busy driving it to be in the workshop playing around with it. That's been the case this week, actually. So I have done a bit on it. I decided to give the seats a bit of a restoration. They were just looking a bit tired, and the leather was starting to look a little bit worn. So that's in the time lapse a little bit later. But also quite an exciting week this week. I got asked to help out with a music video which for a young British rock band. I'm not going to say who it is at the moment, but hopefully I'll be able to share that with you a little bit later. So that was down in Brighton. It was with a load of other minis. I think there was a bit of an Italian job theme with it as well, so that was quite exciting to do. Bit of fun driving around in PIIIOW, and hopefully there'll be a great little video to come out the back of that, which you'll be able to see. I've also given PIIIOW a good clean and a sort of once a year really good wax this week. So my cleaning regime is I tend to snow foam the car, wash it off, dry it. I've clay bar the whole of the car, and then I'll give it a good decent quality wax at the start of the year. I still polish it throughout the year, but I start out the year with a clay bar to get rid of all the contaminants that are on the car. So full body clay bar, and then a really good quality wax to protect it throughout the year. Guys, I thought I'd just mention a few bits I picked up this week for the Mini as well. So I'm sure other people have done similar things in the past, but I was up late, or quite late, editing videos Saturday evening. Had quite a few ciders. Cider's my preferable drink. Woke up in the morning, had a look at the emails, and I'd spent a load of money on eBay. Luckily, being a car enthusiast, all on car parts, so it was all sensible stuff, I'm glad to say. Thought I'd also just mention, out in the workshop this evening, got my PJs on, and I've got my health and safety spec issue steel toe cap slippers, which a few subscribers had mentioned, they'd noticed. So first thing I wanted to show you actually was we try and do different things in our mini club. So I belong to Brighton Mini Club. During the winter, it's difficult to go out and do cruises and that sort of thing because people have got their cars off the road, or they just don't want to be taking them out when it's wet, salt on the road and that sort of thing. So we do a few breakfast runs, that sort of thing. A few weeks ago we decided to go to the local garden centre and paint some pottery. So they do a little kind of shop down there where you go in, pick your pottery, you paint it, and then they fire it. You go and pick it up a couple of weeks later. So being a mini club, we all done minis, understandably, and we were going for the best replica of their car. So thought I'd show you that first. So I'd done a replica of PIIIOW. I think it looks really cool actually. So paint's a little bit blotchy on it, but yeah, it's good enough. It's got all the detail on there. even the number plate on the back. And it's a piggy bank, so I can start putting my fivers in there, saving up for more mini parts. So that's cool. Second sort of surprise thing I found when looking at the emails was I'd ordered some of this stuff. So it's Dodo Juice Ferris Jeweler. So you might have seen the videos of it. It's alloy wheel cleaner with like an iron remover in it, and it's got this, it reacts to ferrous particles. So when you spray it on the wheels, if there's any iron on the wheels, it turns it purple. So you get this purpling on the wheels. Don't know whether it actually cleans the wheels any better, but looks quite satisfying when you can see it reacting with the ferrous particles on the wheels. Next item I bought was a big roller stockinette, so that was a good call. Used to go through loads and loads of stockinette years ago. Certainly when I was first into cars, it was a choice really for polishing cloth. Nowadays I tend to do it with a foam applicator, and I use microfiber cloths for cleaning the polish off. You can reuse them, they're relatively cheap, they do quite a good job. But stockinette still comes in handy, especially when I'm doing metal cleaning, auto sol and that sort of thing. That stuff's really messy, so you can cut off a bit of this, throw it away. That's an 800 gram roll. That will probably last me all year, to be honest. It's worth buying decent stockinette as well, because you can buy some cheap crap stuff on eBay. It just leaves dust and fleck all over your car, so worth buying half decent stuff. This was a Sunday morning surprise as well. So it's a car dehumidifier. I got this off eBay. I think this is a large pack, and it's more meant for sort of caravans, motorhomes and boats. It's quite a big bag. You put it in there, it absorbs any moisture in the air. So my train of thought was there, so winter's over now, to be honest, this is really for next year, but the size of that, it will go in the door bin in the back or underneath the rear seat really. And even though the car stays in the garage, it does still get damp in there, so I think that will really help out actually. And then just finally, this company are doing really well out of me. So I've done the 3 arches now, I've done under the bonnet, I've run out of spray paint again, so just bought another spray paint kit from PIIIOOW. So with that you get the custom colour, you get the lacquer, and you get the grey primer. They charge $24.99 for that. It's not a bad price actually, so you get the 3 cans, and it's good quality paint. So this is a full lot I've ordered from them, so 100 quid on spray cans, but I think it's worth it. It's nice and easy to use, gives a great finish as well. Okay guys, so another little job we're going to do before the show season is give these seats a bit of a clean up and a bit of a recolour. So I will switch to a photo here which shows the seats in their original condition when I bought the car. So this car, like I say, it's done. It's just about to turn over 104,000 miles. These are the original seats, so they've had a lot of wear. And as you'll see from the before photo, they were pretty old and worn out looking before. So I've already done these seats once last summer, and I'm just going to give them another going over now. So what I'm using is some leather renovating balm, which I got off eBay. This kind of dyes the leather. It works really well. I think it's for furniture leather, but works okay on cars. It's relatively cheap. The only thing is it's really messy, so it as well as dyeing the leather, it dyes your hands and it will dye anything else. So where we've got the cream piping on the seats here, I'm going to need to mask that up before I apply this stuff, and wear some gloves as well, because it will dye my hands. I'll never get it out again. Hopefully guys, I might be able to get you some before and after video here. So this is before, so you can see the leather's quite cracked, and you can almost see the brown or the beige through the leather itself. So this dye should hopefully get rid of that, or not entirely, but it just makes it look a lot better. Okay guys, well that's that little job done. Just putting some leather care balm on at the end there, just as a bit of protectant. Hopefully you can see a difference. I think it looks better. It certainly does from when the car was, when I originally got the car. My only advice to you is, if you do this, then don't go out in light trousers or a light t-shirt when you first try it afterwards, because a little bit of the dye does still come off. So just wear dark stuff to begin with, and stuff you don't mind getting a little bit dirty.